So what I've been told is they have med beds that is going to completely collapse our medical system. So what they show me are these like white beds, and it this is what they show me. So I used to go spray tanning at LA Tan when I was like, in my younger days. And they have these like booths that you go into and you like press this button and it like sprays the spray tan onto you, right? And so that's basically like what they show me. Like there are these beds that you like go into, and the bed like can scan your entire body. It can scan your entire body. And then every single issue that you have with your body that's like wrong, So like for example, they're showing me like I have like a tooth back here that's like going black a little bit, and I have to like get it figured out eventually here, but they're saying like, okay, so like the scan would pick up that I have like a cavity, and then it's gonna go into like my nasal passages, and you can hear how I have like, some mucus in my passages, and I've always been stuffed up. So it's gonna like scan that I get like mucus. It's gonna like scan that I get overproduced mucus. And then it's gonna go to my lungs and see that I have like asthma and I have like histamine intolerance, right? It's gonna go to my mast cells, like those types of things. And it's gonna scan every single type of fucking cell that you have. Like it's so advanced we can't even conceptualize it. And then what it does is it heals it somehow. I'm not exactly sure, again, because obviously we don't have that technology, so I'm sure they'll explain how the technology works once they come down here. But all I see is that it scans your entire body and then somehow it heals it. I'm sure by like reverse molecular repair or something like that. So basically, like, you're not gonna have, like, they show me, like, okay, so, like, this is also, like, another thing I've wanted to talk about, too. I've been hesitant to talk about it because again, like, these are my channels. I just don't want to let people down, I guess. So I don't want to, like, hurt, like, that's why I'm hesitant to tell people about this. But I've been told, like, people like me who have, like, lost a bunch of weight, right? Who have, like, really, like, loose skin and, like, have, like, all this like stuff that like, we have to go get like chopped up like Frankenstein right now to get it fixed, right? They'll be able to fix that. They'll be able to like fix our skin, fix our bodies, like they're not gonna like plastic surgery our asses and make us look like, I don't know if you guys have heard the series like The Pretties, where like everybody just became like pretty in society. Like they're saying like they'll be able to fix my teeth, or like, if I want like my wrinkles or something, like a little unwrinkled or something like that, they'll do that. But they're not gonna do like major surgeries where they like completely redo my nose, or they like redo my eyelids or shit like that. Like they'll just like, they'll fix it up a little bit, but like they're not gonna like, so they're saying like for people who are transgender, they'll be able to choose what gender they want to be. Like they'll be able to like get that. And that's why I like didn't want to say anything, because I'm like, also for people who like, because we have these like perfectionistic standards, right, in society. So this is, again, I'm very hesitant to talk about this particular channel, but I have been repeated this to me over and over and over again, and it does kind of tie into this question. Because that is kind of like the technology is like, they're being like, I'm being shown like we'll be like our most optimized version of ourselves. So for somebody like me, like the reason why I have like loose skin and all this stuff, because like I use food as a coping mechanism. So I gained and like lost a lot of weight in and out of my life, and so I have like a lot of loose skin, and I have a lot of like just like stretch marks and like all these things. And so basically what they're saying is like they're gonna make our bodies be what they would be if they didn't have the distortion of the matrix. So like what my body in a different dimension without distortion would be, basically. So like that's what they're saying. They're not gonna like completely like change like the way we look, like how we do like with plastic surgery now, where you get like way bigger boobs and like a bigger butt and like a different nose and like all this stuff. Like they're saying like they won't do that, but they will like optimize the health of your body. So like stuff's not sagging off of you and it doesn't like bother you anymore, or like, like they're saying like they'll do a little bit of like wrinkle work and shit like that, like something that'll make you like look a little bit younger, but nothing like crazy, because we're still gonna age as humans. But it's, again, they're saying that even that's gonna look different though, because they show me Hillary Burton, who is Jeffrey Dean Morgan's wife, and she has aged so well. Like she like has like wrinkles on her eyes and stuff, but like she is like not aged like how a lot of people tend to age in Hollywood. And I don't feel like she has a lot of work done either. And so like that's what they're showing me. Like we're gonna age differently too, and they're gonna extend our lives by like 30 years. So, like, so they were saying, like, most people's trajectory right now, like, our trajectory to live was, like, 100 years. So we're going to live to, like, 130. So, like, people who are in their 60s right now, like, they'll live to their, like, 120 or something like that. I don't know. They'll just extend it by 30 years. So, I don't know. That we're going to have to get into. We're going to have to get into ages and shit. Because they're telling me they're going to extend our lives. Because like, what the med beds is going to do is it's going to optimize our health, like, instantly, basically. And, like, they're going to clean up the food system and stuff, too. So, like, that's the other thing is, like, once they clean up our nice, clean bodies, we can't, like, go back into the Matrix and fucking eat Cheetos and eat all this shit. Like, we're going to have to eat food that, like, is compatible with our new bodies as well. That, like, isn't going to, like, fucking re-fuck us up, you know? So, like, they are saying, like, we're still going to have, like, stuff to enjoy. Like, there's going to be mozzarella sticks, and there's going to be churros, and there's going to be all this shit. But it's going to be a special occasion, and it's going to be totally different. So, that's the other thing, too, that they're telling me, is, like, the way that we eat, and the way that our food is set up. And the healthcare system is going to completely collapse and be, like, basically rendered useless. And all of that stuff. And so a bunch of people, what I'm seeing, too, I'm getting a bunch of comments about how we're the aliens. So, like, the aliens are not coming. It's us. We have to save ourselves. This is true. But, okay, so that's where I get, my channels are duality. We are the aliens, yes, and I have had to completely save myself. I've had to completely rewire my brain by myself to get to this point in my healing journey. And Joe Dispenza had to rewire his brain to fix his, like, body, right? But that is only half of the story. The other half of the story is that they've been seeding our subconscious and getting us all on board of, like, we have to, like, switch our thoughts and our beliefs to a different reality, because they needed us to start going in that trajectory of, like, towards the future. And so they needed us to start understanding that we have more control for, like, people like us, the starseeds, who are here to, like, do this work before it starts, essentially. We're, like, setting the stage right now as starseeds. And so, like, a lot of us, like, we've had to do, like, all of this work by ourselves, right? But they're also going to come in with advanced technology that we should already have. Like, they're going to streamline this for us. And they also are gonna, like, this is where it gets really complicated, because this is where it gets into, this is just the part of, like, a part of ascension. Ascension is when we descend into, like, the worst parts of a society, and then we overcome that in our own conscious awareness, and then we help the society shift. And we're like sleeper cell spies. We come in and we clean up the society, essentially. And that is because that's, like, what we do as starseeds. Like, we ascend. This is our jobs, basically, in the universe, in the galaxy. And we help. This is, like, what we do. And we do that to, like, disconnect from God and experience the disconnection from God in, like, the worst ways, while also reconnecting back to God. And it's, like, this own personal journey that we all take ourselves to explore the disconnection and the reconnection back to God. And you can only do that during ascension periods. You can't do that any other time on Earth or planets in general. And so, that's why there's always, like, a period where they've, like, stolen a huge chunk of our time away from us, because that's, like, part of dissension, is, like, you're disconnecting from God. So part of this is to experience the biblical miracles that they talk about in the Bible, you know, Revelations, Moses, Jesus, all that stuff. That's where that comes from. It comes from when we transition after ascension. After dissension, back into the ascension period, back towards God. It's not that these people were, like, mystical, magical, like, wizards, you know, from the Bible. It's that they were just getting into the part of heaven on earth after dissension, which is hell, which is the only time you can experience hell, and then go into heaven. Otherwise, you're either always in heaven or you're always in hell down here. This transition period is what is special. You don't get this transition period that often.